Origin Unexplained.
There is a strange moment in human history when we collectively discovered that language does not always behave. Words move forward, yet something beneath them moves backward. And that quietly reveals what the mind never intended to say out loud. This episode opens with a question most people avoid because it feels unsettling. What if the human mind speaks in two directions at the same time? What if your forward speech is the performance while your reverse speech is the confession? This is Origin Unexplained, and I'm Sue, and today we are going into the world of backmasking, reverse speech, and the man who pulled this phenomenon out of the shadows, David John Oates. Long before reverse speech entered criminal cases and psychological analysis, backmasking had already carved its place into music history and political scandal. Some of the most famous examples come from three sources that shaped an entire cultural era: the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and, of course, President Bill Clinton. These cases deserve their own category because they were not background noise. They were the spark that turned backmasking into global controversy. The Beatles ignited the most enduring backmasking legend in modern music. The claim that Paul McCartney died in 1966 was replaced with a look-alike. Fans tore apart every album photograph, lyric, and chord progression looking for clues, and when they reversed Revolution 9 and believed they heard "Turn Me On, Dead Man," the theory detonated. "I'm So Tired" produced what many interpreted as "Paul is a dead man. Miss him, miss him." And "Strawberry Fields Forever" added fuel when listeners claimed that John Lennon said, "I buried Paul." Whether coincidence, subconscious phrasing, or intentional artistry, these reversals became the backbone of the Paul is dead phenomenon. Now, Led Zeppelin's "Stairway to Heaven" became the most argued over backmasking example ever recorded, with listeners claiming that "If There's a Bustle in Your Hedgerow" reversed into "Oh, here's to my sweet Satan," while your head is humming. Allegedly produced "I Wish It Would Snow," and "As We Wind On Down the Road" was interpreted as "There Was a Little Tool Shed Where He Made Us Suffer." Whether fans heard truth, coincidence, or pure pareidolia, the controversy permanently linked Zeppelin to backmasking history. Political reversals carried even heavier weight, and Bill Clinton's reversals during the Monica Lewinsky scandal remained some of the most cited examples of subconscious leakage. His infamous statement, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman," reversed into what listeners claimed was, "Man, I did. While I never told anybody to lie," allegedly became, "No, I'm lying, and this relationship was not improper." Produced, "I love her." These reversals came straight from the televised speeches with no manipulation beyond simple reversal, and they remain some of the strongest examples cited by analysts studying and subconscious truth leakage in political communication. Now we're going to get into some of the murders with, JonBenet, Peterson, and Watts. So the JonBenet Ramsey 911 call breakdown: forward, we have a kidnapping. Hurry, please. Reversed, it was interpreted, "We killed her." If taken literally, this reversal is devastating. It contradicts the intruder theory entirely. Forward, "She's gone." Reversed, "Help me, Jesus." A subconscious cry, not for a missing child, but for relief from guilt or panic. Forward, it said, "Please." Reverse, it said, "Little girl's dead." Not exactly the voice of someone hoping for a safe return. The voice of someone who knows the truth is more like it. John Ramsey's interviews also produce reversal interpreted as "I'm the one," reinforcing the theory that something happened inside the home. An accident followed by panic, staging, and a constructed narrative. I can't say that this is 100% true. I'm just going by the web, guys, with all of these statements, just to let you know. But JonBenet is not the only case where reversal shattered public illusion. Scott Peterson and Chris Watts produced some of the most chilling reversals ever documented. When Lacey Peterson disappeared on Christmas Eve of 2002, Scott Peterson presented himself as calm, rational, and helpful. Reverse speech analysis told a different story. The forward part said, I had nothing to do with Lacey's disappearance. Reversed, it said, I did it. Forward, it said, she's my wife and I love her. Reversed, damn it, I'm lying. Forwarded, it said, I just want her back. Reversed, it says, water holds her. This reversal became infamous after Lacey's body was discovered in the bay, exactly where Peterson said he had been fishing. His reversals matched the final reality. Chris Watts' reversals in 2018. Well, Chris Watts appeared on camera pleading for the return of missing wife and daughters. His face was emotionless. His tone was hollow. His reversals revealed what the public sensed immediately. Forward, it said, I just want them back. Reversed, it said, I'm so rotten. Forward, Shannon, if you're out there. Reverse, I heard her. Forward, this house is not the same without them. Reversed, find the girls. Only days later, the bodies were found exactly where Watts had hidden them. His reversals reflected a subconscious unraveling long before he confessed. Backmasking in music, reverse speech and communication, and the psychological divide between conscious and subconscious all lead to the same conclusion. Human beings leak. They reveal themselves, even when they try not to. The conscious mind performs. The subconscious, well, it confesses. Backmasking opened the door. These examples don't exist to prove anything, like I said. They exist to show a pattern, a window into the mind that few people are brave enough to look through. Sound is not linear. Communication is not simple. Backmasking, reverse speech, and subconscious leakage challenge the polite lie that people say what they mean. The Beatles ignited a firestorm. ELO mocked it. Def Leppard experimented with it. And David John Oates forced the world to look in a direction it didn't want to look. Whether people dismiss it or not, the phenomenon remains. The mind speaks forward. The mind speaks backward. Truth often lives in the direction nobody expects. And my friends, this is Origin Unexplained, and today you are invited to hear what most people spend their entire lives trying to avoid. Truth. We are now going to go on to the bloopers, and Lord knows there were many, and I was a little bit angry at myself.
Time for the bloopers.
Some of the most famous examples. Go back to some. Some of the most famous I can't talk today. Again. Using or intentional ancestry. And it is not fucking ancestry. It's artistry. Go back to weather. 3, 2, 1. Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven became the most argued over backmasking. Damn it! Back to Led Zeppelin. Now I'm lying, and this relationship was not improper. Improper. Does anybody know what the fuck that word is? Go back to No, I'm Lying. Disappeared on Christmas Eve of 22. Go back to when Lacey. Fucking bloody hell. When Lacey again. Examples of simple go back to reverse. Pattern, a window into the mind that few people are brave enough to look through. All right, scratch that whole damn freaking paragraph there. To look through. Sound is not linear. No. Go back to these examples. Delete it, all of it up into brave enough to look through. The Beatles ignited a fighter. Oh my God. Go back to the Beatles. This is another episode of Origin Unexplained, and I'm Sue, your host. And if you have a story you would like told, or you'd like to tell your own, email us at originunexplained@gmail.com.
Origin Unexplained.